These earbuds from Astell Kern are honestly crazy good. Hey guys, we have the Astell Kern UW100 True Wireless Earbuds with us today, and they are actually the brand's first attempt at true wireless earbuds. And I have to say, they're pretty damn good for a first attempt. Before we get into the review, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. So let's talk design first, starting with this chunky boy. The case is one of the biggest I've seen so far. It was a bit of a shock when I got these because I looked at the case and I was like, that's definitely not gonna fit in my jeans pocket. And yeah, I typically only bring these out when I'm carrying a bag. So it's a bit limiting in that sense, but what am I to do? On the front, you get an LED indicator for battery status and charging, and there's a USB-C port on the rear. Although there's also wireless charging here, which is nice. Moving on, the earbuds are pretty in line with Astell Kern's aesthetics. I tried the T9IE a couple of years ago, and there's that same angular design on the UW100 as well, which is pretty nice. The earbuds themselves are also quite big though, and people with smaller ears will definitely start to feel a bit fatigued after a couple of hours. These use the AK TWS app, although I did have a major problem trying to connect them to the app until I forgot them on my phone, then repaired them via the Bluetooth menu, and then repaired again to the app. Small matter, I think it's really just an issue with the unit I have, but just something to take note. The app itself looks pretty nice. You get individual battery levels, the ability to turn on ambient mode, as well as choose between 4 levels of ambient mode. I did find the ambient mode at the strongest level 4 to be quite distracting though, with my fans whir being amplified quite dramatically. Voices though don't sound too distorted thankfully. There's also an EQ feature here, although it's limited to just presets for bass, treble, vocals, and game mode. I left it on default anyway. You also get touch control customization here, although it's limited to the double and triple taps on either side. Single taps are preset and fixed to ambient mode on or off, and long press and holds on either side either raise the volume on the right or lowers the volume on the left. There's no play-pause control here, which is a bit of a bummer, but there is in-ear detection, which, pauses your music automatically when you take out the earbud. That being said, the detection actually isn't the fastest. I did realize that it took around almost 2 seconds for the music to pause after I removed a earbud from my ear. There's also no other feature like ANC, although Astell Kern does tout that their earbuds come with best-in-class passive noise isolation, which, I mean, yes, it's pretty decent, but come on. Every other earbud, every other non-open fit earbud at least, comes with passive noise isolation. It's just slightly better here because the earbuds are so big. Well, for a first attempt, I guess Astell Kern is just testing the waters right now. As for connectivity, these are running on Bluetooth 5.2 and connection is rock solid. I didn't get any stuttering, any dropouts, and these have support for SBC, AAC as well as aptX adaptive codecs, which is nice. Additionally, I need to point out that the DAC here is actually separate from the Bluetooth chip, and you are getting the AK4332 DAC. So yeah, it's a bit of a, sort of knowledge to most consumers, but good to know. Astell Kern claims 6 hours in the earbuds with an additional 3 charges in the case for a total of 24 hours, and it's okay. It's not fantastic. 6 hours is pretty much the average for most earbuds nowadays, with some earbuds even offering 6 hours with ANC on. But yeah, it's alright. There's no IP rating here, so do be careful if you're planning on bringing these out to exercise. Personally, I wouldn't really use them for exercise because they are a bit bulky in the ear, but to each his own.
Microphone quality is alright. There's a single mic on each earbud and it's not too bad. Don't expect too much background noise suppression though. It's best for you to take your calls at home or in a quiet environment as compared to outside or in a noisy cafe.
As for sound, gosh, that's really why you would be looking at these, right? So, these are actually running on a balanced armature driver instead of the dynamic driver that you typically see with a lot of other earbuds right now. Unfortunately, it's a single driver setup, which is a bit of a disappointment considering how big these earbuds are. I mean, take a look at the Noble Focus Pro. They're smaller, and Noble managed to fit 2 BAs and a dynamic driver into that space. There's really not much of an excuse for A&K here. But no matter, because these sound fantastic. The bass is tight and clean, very well controlled, even though they're not the most powerful. The mid-range though is where these earbuds shine. You get a lush, detailed and very full-bodied response here, and vocals are just beautiful. There's also a bit of sparkle in the treble, although I would say the BA doesn't seem to perform up to how I would expect in this region. That's not to say it's bad, it's just that I would have preferred a bit more energy and bite here. Soundstage is great. It's honestly one of the better ones I've heard out of a true wireless earbud. Separation is fantastic, layering is on point and accurate, and well, A&K definitely showcases their audiophile expertise here. Everything is distinct but cohesive and balanced as an overall presentation. It's just a really enjoyable listen with these. Even the price is very decent. These come in at $299 or 379 Singapore dollars, which is actually cheaper than the Noble Focus Pro and pretty much exactly the same as the Sony WF-1000X Mark IV and the likes. And honestly, if you're just looking for great sound quality and you don't need ANC, these are definitely better in that regard than the Sonys. If only the case was smaller, then it certainly would be a much better product. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Astell Kern UW100 earbuds. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe to us and like this video. Till next one, see you guys!